So I wanted to do a short video to just talk about the SuperATV windshield and the CFMOTO factory hard doors and some modifications that I had to make just to make it work better. So first of all, bought this Uforce 1000. It's a 2022, bought it in August 2022. Been happy with it so far. CFMOTO was pretty backlogged on a lot of their parts, so I ended up buying a SuperATV flip out windshield. So that's what's on there now. Pretty happy with it. One thing that I wasn't aware of, and it was just a education thing on my part and failure to do some research, was that I didn't realize that the SuperATV windshield was going to have quite a few gaps in it. So not a big deal. But now that it's winter time, I was looking for a way to seal that up a little bit. I'll talk a little bit about what I did there. But first of all, got the hard doors. They finally came in from CFMOTO, and ran into a little issue when I went to install them. So the SuperATV windshield mounts with these brackets here along the frame, and then when I put on the doors, what happened is I was running in the door frame right here, was running into the bracket and preventing it from, first of all, latching easily, and second of all, it was leaving, hard to show it now because I've already done my fix for it, but it was leaving a gap like that. Whenever the door was closed, there was still quite a gap, and I didn't want snow and rain and everything else coming through. So talked it over with a couple of buddies. This is the door latch. When I first put it on, I really have to slam it hard to get that thing to latch. So talked to a couple of guys, brainstormed a little bit, and what we did was we shimmed this whole latch out just with a few washers behind the bolts. So you can see them right there. That just brought that out maybe a quarter of an inch, probably a little bit less, but still takes a little bit of force, but I can shut that thing now. Before it was closing really hard. Other fix that we did was just took some weather stripping I bought off of Amazon and kind of filled in these gaps all along here. Doesn't look terrible. If you weren't looking for it, you probably wouldn't notice it, but again, this is just to fix my problem. I did not want wind and rain and snow coming through while I'm trying to plow or anything else in the wintertime. So did that on both sides, and it seemed to pretty much take care of the problem. So just FYI, if you've got a SuperATV flip out windshield on one of these Uforce 1000s, you might run into an issue when you go to put the hard doors on, just of those brackets getting in the way. But you can still make it work without any major modifications. The whole thing cost me maybe, I don't know, $10 in weather stripping. So not terrible. Last thing I'll talk about here real quick on this windshield. I was looking at some other guys' channels and kind of what they did with the SuperATV windshield. There was quite a large gap up here at the top where it fills in. That is something that let a lot of air through. Makes the window open easy, but tons of air coming through there when you're driving. So I bought just automotive weather stripping that goes on, you know, the doors of a car, and I ran it right along the lip of the windshield itself. There's a bracket up here. It fit right on there, and then I ran it right along the top of the roof of the side-by-side itself. So I've got two pieces of weather stripping up there. Again, it's not completely filled, but it fills up that gap quite a bit and fills it up enough that it doesn't let a lot of stuff through. So a couple of easy fixes. Hopefully this helps if anybody's trying to figure out how to remedy these problems.